This video is sponsored by LD Player. Now, whether you want to play Lords Mobile on your PC or any other mobile game, LD Player is the emulator for you. Now, it's the personal emulator that I'm using, and it's also the go-to emulator for playing all the accounts that I have, whether it's my farm, my alt, and then my main, etc. LD Player is the emulator for you, so make sure you follow the links in the description and download it now. Is that 86? I'm at 93. Okay. 93, that's not bad. Could be much worse, for sure. Fox is at 72. Fox is getting shafted with the sigils. What happened? Scott didn't send sigils. There's one.
He's capped. He's capped.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
He's capped, and he actually used 6 mushrooms when EXQ was going to pardon. That's why they're taking base.
Oh my god. But why would he do that?
He does. I don't know. Like, he's like, well, what forts are we taking? And blah blah blah. And I'm like, seriously, Scott. So I like posted it to him, and then he's like, oh, it stinks that I took 6 mushrooms. And I'm like, you know they're gonna pardon there, right?
Oh jeez. Alright, so all the rallies are pretty much set. There's no real speeding that needs to be done. At least on mine. Let me check everybody else. No, we're good there. Can you check if anybody else is rallying Tempest? Because I'm sure you're MW1, or is that Tico? I think that's Tico, no?
Tico.
Oh.
He's on the call.
Yes, we have. No, that's the only guy that is.
Okay.
So I'll let you know what he's saying.
Speaking of that, let me see what my walk time is. There's one destroyer, but I think actually isn't T5 familiar? T5 infantry just as slow as a destroyer? Let me see.
The timer.
Oh no, destroyer is just slightly slower. But again, I don't have to worry about the destroyer because I send that back.
Yeah.
So just the luminary guard.
Once.
I know. Especially when you like, yeah, especially when you try to time it to your walk, and then when you release, you see it much slower, and you're like, wait a minute, why is it so much slower? And then all of a sudden you just see a random T4 siege. You're like, why would you? That's why I don't care about walk time. I don't care about walk time until everything is set at 0, and then I figure out, okay, what's the slowest marching troop, and then I go from there. Because if not, I've experienced it way too many times that somebody just sends something stupid. It's funny how the meta of the game kind of changes, because if you think about it, about a year or so ago, the most popular rally was range, like range blast, and now you don't really see many range blasts.
It could just be that the guild has changed a little bit. Like,
No,
so we change how we fight.
No, not at all. I know exactly why that is. Within the last year and a half, remember that's when Rising Champ came out. So what ended up happening was that people started to buy Rising Champion, and now you see a lot more champion people, but the accessories are all relegated to the cups. So because everybody's kind of infantry range heavy, because of everybody that didn't have champion before, that are working on champion, are rocking the 3 cups, their infantry and range stats are usually pretty high. So that kind of made 442 the go-to. And yeah, that kind of tipped the scale. Now you don't really see a lot of range blasts because everybody has pretty high infantry.
For me, I like infantry because I think it's the safest, because usually most people don't defend on cav, so it's gonna be infantry or range. And with I don't remember the name, the one that the counters. If you hit range, it's amazing, and if you hit inf, it's inf on inf instead of the cav.
Yeah, I mean that's why, I mean, range was always good back then, just because a lot of people, especially if they were going mixed but they didn't have champion gear, a lot of people actually didn't have pretty high stats as far as like infantry. They would have pretty high range, but not really infantry. So you could get away with a range blast in like an infantry wedge and still do good. But now, with everybody rocking at least 5-piece champ and 3 cups, you're just gonna get stuffed by the infantry.
I was making one.
Like,
Yeah, so
oh, looks like we took
we're gonna
lunar.
have to carpet it.
So we have lunar. That's pretty much secured. Looks like he's gonna take sky, so that should help. Yeah, cause like T5 calves, only T5 calves is 14 seconds. So if he only has 10 seconds, either he has no T5 in there or he has to carpet no matter what. So I don't know if a frostwing is gonna matter.
Yeah, you have to carpet.
Yeah, I don't think a frostwing will matter. I think it'll just be wasteful. Because if he's already planning on carpeting, then looks good though. We got 2 of those forts. Also, let me go ahead and get my fury back. Okay. Maybe he'll forget fury too.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess I'm gonna release first, but not give him enough time to scout and do whatever. That way I can also get the boost. And releasing.
He's going 4.2. And there's
No, that's me, that's me.
Oh, so. We have a lot of tickets, that's nice.
He's going, I don't think he's gonna get there. No, he didn't get there. He was gonna lose anyway. He was super heavy T4.
Oh wow, we didn't get the base.
We didn't? Who got it? Oh, KO1 got it. Who hit?
Heck, they had one job. They never
KO
hit.
King Dan. Oh my god, we could have gotten the base. This guy is not really that geared. Oh, they messed up the Wait, WDG hit base too. But who else was it that was supposed to go for him? They went calf blast on the base. And PPF Fa also went calf blast, so yeah, that's not great.
All of our forts, yes.
Well, yeah, at least we got all our forts, so that kind of sucks though. Did Chow's get hit out of Bright? It looks like he did. Or no, it was Viper that was in Bright, not Chow's.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, we did our job. Well, I guess now it makes eating those shrooms not that bad of a.
Actually, we got.
Because there's no pardon.